do note though that I haven't really paid attention to the draft class, mainly because I don't really pay attention. So I only
Yeah.
know I know most of like the quarterbacks, and that's about it.
Okay, that's good. At least you have that.
Like going through like the lyrics and all that, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, Jackson might actually be able to do this kind of good, actually.
Yeah, I'm excited. I listened to a little bit of how he sang it. I'm like, oh, I'd probably do this a little differently, but it should be cool.
Yup. So.
Hey, I mean, we'll take it. I'll do most of the picks, and like, you know, you can give some input and stuff like that. We'll make it easy.
Big facts, no cap.
All right, this all looks good. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen with you, and then we're gonna get started.
Cool. Choo.
First pick in the draft. Are you ready for this?
Yes, actually.
All right, so this might shock everyone, but I think the Jaguars are gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why, just a hunch. Just a hunch.
Yeah, dude, they're definitely going Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence to the
obviously.
Jaguars.
Because they need a quarterback, bro. Like, they don't have a good quarterback right now. They just, like,
I don't know. I like Gardner Minshew's mustache, dude. It's pretty
the
sick.
Stash, bro. Never deny the power of the stash.
Absolutely. All right, so the Jets at number 2. This is going to make Joey's family very unhappy. But they're going to be going with the second best quarterback, in my opinion, at least on my personal draft board, Zach Wilson to the Jets. I mean,
honestly, I think the Jets are also going to pick Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how they couldn't at this point. They're definitely not going Mac Jones. He's one of my few quarterback busts of this draft. Justin Fields would need to sit. Trey Lance is kind of the question mark, unproven commodity. So I think they got to go Zach Wilson. I think that's what they do. And then this is where the draft really starts. The Niners have narrowed down their choices, official, to 2 quarterbacks, Trey Lance and Mac Jones. Justin Fields completely out of the equation. Whew.
Honestly, I think they're going to go Trey Lance.
I do too. He's my number 3 quarterback in the class. I agree with you.
Yup, I really think that they're going to pick Trey Lance.
Yeah, they're going to go Trey Lance.
Maybe he could work with maybe he could work with the Niners system. Who knows?
Yeah, he probably could. Like, he did good the year before, but the problem is he got injured his first game this year, this season. Exactly. And it wasn't a great game either for him.
So he didn't really get a chance to really showcase himself.
But I think it would be a huge mistake for the 49ers to draft Mac Jones at that spot, because I have 2 quarterback busts. That's Mac Jones and Justin Fields. But Mac Jones will be the bigger bust. I think Justin Fields, if he gets in the right situation and if he sits a year behind the way the Chicago Bears should have done for Mitchell Trubisky, I think if a team handles him correctly, he'll be good. But if he starts his rookie season, Justin Fields will be a bust. That's just my honest prediction.
Yeah, I really think Justin Fields is going to be a bust too if he starts with his rookie season.
Yeah.
Just because, like, based off like what I've seen, he doesn't really like do much of anything. He's kind of just like there.
Yeah, and he kind of hangs on to the ball too long. That's his main problem.
Yeah, exactly. He's basically like a Big Ben, pretty much.
Yeah, he can be at times, but if he
like
can just learn
Big
how to
Ben.
get out of that, that way of playing quarterback, I think he'll be really good.
Yeah, that's why. If he figures out how to like snap the ball a little bit faster, then you should be pretty nice.
So we have the Falcons at number 4, and I don't want to spend too much time on them, but I mean, they are asking for a lot. Yeah, they're asking for a lot to trade out of 4.
You're right.
Do you think they're going to be able to make a trade happen at 4 or no?
I don't think they're going to make a trade happen at 4. They might, depending on how good their offer is.
Yeah.
But, like, it's the thing with the Falcons is they don't really have much to offer.
Well, they wouldn't need to offer. They're just asking for a lot so some other team can trade up to 4.
Exactly, but I'm just saying, like, what, like, if I were the other team, I would be thinking, like, what can the Falcons offer me? Like,
well, I mean, if a team values Justin Fields or Mac Jones really high, franchise quarterback, that means a lot.
Yeah, which I wouldn't.
Yeah, but still, some team might. Some GMs, man, they're really high on Mac Jones for God only knows what reason.
If the Falcons really wanted to, then, like, I guess, like, they could trade up to get Justin Fields.
No, they'd be trading back.
right? Maybe even that too.
Yeah.
But like, what you call it? Because like Matt Ryan's getting old.
Yeah, he is. He's
So-
like 36,
so-
right?
I think so, around there.
Okay.
So then, like, what they need to do is like they need to start finding a replacement for him.
Yeah, I see
'Cause,
that.
like,
I do, but like,
He's not gonna last forever because he, of course, there are quarterbacks who think they can last forever. Tom Brady.
I mean, my thing with that is that Matty Ice, his cap hit is so high. I think it's at like 41 million or something like that for this season, and I'm not sure next season, but I think it's also pretty high. I don't think they'd waste like a year or two of a rookie quarterback's contract. I think teams are not that patient anymore. That's why I got them taking the best,
Mel's best.
How do I say this? The best, most versatile weapon we can say in Kyle Pitts. I think they're gonna take him. He's a generational talent
I
for.
think that too.
Yeah, he's a generational talent for 10, 12, 15 years. We'll see what happens. I think Kyle Pitts goes at 4 to the Falcons.
Right.
Okay, so the Bengals at 5. Joe Burrow played with Jamar Chase, their wide receiver. It'd be an amazing
Joe
pair.
Burrow.
Yes, I am high as fuck on Joe
Joe-
Burrow. I think the guy's a future first ballot Hall of Famer.
Joe Burrow. Not to be confused with Joe Flacco for any of you guys who think,
Yeah, I don't think anyone was making that mistake in comparison, but
Well, who knows? There's going to be a 3-year-old who thinks, oh, is that Joe Flacco? No, that
we
ain't Joe
definitely
Flacco.
don't want people thinking Joe Burrow is anything like Joe Flacco, except for maybe that one Super Bowl run he had and his playoff performances. That can be Joe Burrow, but over the course of like 15 years.
Joe Burrow.
Anyways, Joe Burrow, I'm
Yeah.
sure, is going to be begging for the Bengals to draft Jamar Chase.
Give it to me. Now, I want the world. I want the whole world. I want to lock it all up in my pocket. It's my bar of chocolates. Give it to me now. And I don't want to share 'em. And if I don't get the things I am after, I'm going to scream. Don't care how I want it now. Don't care how I want it now.
She was a bad egg.
But we need to protect Joe Burrow from himself. Penei Sewell, I love this prospect so much. Penei Sewell, his ceiling for me personally, I know he might not be the best coming out, but his ceiling for me is Joe Thomas, cornerstone piece of a franchise, future first ballot Hall of Fame. I'm super, super in on Penei Sewell. I think he's like going to be one of the best players in this draft. In 10 years, he'll be remembered that way. And I think it'll be a great pick at 5. He's worthy of it. I'm going to go Penei Sewell to the Bengals at 5.
Honestly, I think they're gonna get Chase. Honestly, I really think they do.
Yeah, you think they'll listen to Joey Burrow, get Jamar Chase?
Hell yeah, bro. Gotta listen to the quarterback. Who knows? Maybe the Bengals will actually be somewhat decent.
I mean, yeah, they could be. I mean, if Joe Burrow takes another step in development, I think they'll be really good.
I mean, I can't talk, because I'm a Steelers fan. The Steelers choked last season, so
Yeah, I
not
get
really
it.
want to talk. But
A little bias in your voice.
what do you mean? No, it's not even biased.
Uh-huh.
Literally, like, I just don't understand how we choked against the Browns. Like, it was like the first game of the playoffs, and we're not even gonna try. I'm like, okay, that's great, guys.
Well, I mean, the Browns, they're a pretty damn good, like, all-around team at this point. They have a lot of first-round picks and talent. They just do.
That is true. Okay.
Don't worry, folks. We're taking a small break here for Joey.
And he lines up the shot. But yeah, I think they go with Chase. They listen to Burrow.
Yeah, okay. I could see
So-
that. I mean, I think it's one of those two players for sure, so I could definitely see that happening. To be fair.
Exactly.
Okay, so the Dolphins at 6. This is pretty obvious. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. My mom is a Dolphins fan. This would be an insanely great pick for them. Jamar Chase, my number 1 receiver in the class by a mile. Don't let anyone tell you differently. This guy is the best receiver in the class. I don't want to hear this talk about Jalen Waddle, the 5'10" slot receiver who has injury concerns because of his weight and height, on top of the fact he has limited play time and experience. No, I don't want to hear that. Jamar Chase is the best receiver in this class. And it's a great pick for the Dolphins, who need desperately an ex-prototypical type receiver to play on the outside. Devontae Parker has his injury stuff, and they signed Will Fuller in the offseason. So you have your speedy guy that can, run routes pretty decent and it creates separation. I just think Jamar Chase is the bigger need. Plus, I think he's the best receiver. It's a fantastic trade down, trade up for the Dolphins. You know how they did their little trade finesse, and Jamar Chase to the Dolphins, I think every Dolphins fan should be screaming with glee, because I think it's going to be a hell of a draft for the Dolphins.
Yep, but knowing the Dolphins, like, they're kind of stupid.
Yeah,
with like some of their draft picks, so like they trade up to like the worst people. But I do agree. I think they actually will pull out a smart move and actually draft them. So like we'll see what happens though, just because of the fact that the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins, they make mistakes. They've made a lot of mistakes in the past, but I think it's behind them, honestly. I think they've got competent management now. I think Brian Flores has done a good job being there. I think it's a good pick, and I think they're going to have a lot of success in their future, especially considering the Bills are their only real competition in that division now.
Exactly, because, the Pats, they suck.
Yeah, I agree. The Patriots are not that good. Okay, so, number 7, the Lions.
Oh, God. The Lions, who now have Jared Goff, might I add, off a dumb trade.
They do have Jared Goff. They also got some first-round picks with it. So, I mean, we'll see what they do with those first-round picks before we judge too harshly. But the Lions at 7, I don't know what they do. I don't think they're going to go quarterback, because I've heard,
because, I mean, like, they have Jared Goff, so they don't really need a quarterback. And Jared Goff, like, he's not, like, a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's a solid quarterback. I don't think you need to draft I don't think they're a quarterback away, is my point. I don't think the Lions are quarterback away from a Super Bowl run. That's not happening.
I mean, it wasn't happening when they had Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford, I think we can all agree, is pretty drastically underrated as a quarterback. He's been held down by an incompetent franchise for a long time now, so we'll see what he can do with the Rams.
Now is his time to prove himself. If he doesn't do anything well, then that just means that he's just a trash quarterback and just not be into the NFL.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, I think he will prove himself. I don't think he'll be like MVP or anything crazy like that, but I think he'll be really good for the Rams. So I actually think the Lions might trade here. I think this is an ideal trading spot for the Patriots, who are going to jump in front of the Panthers and the Broncos, who might just go quarterback if one they like is available and drops to them. I think the Patriots trade up to 7. I think the Patriots are going to trade up to 7, and they're going to draft Justin Fields. They're going to sit him for his entire rookie season behind Cam Newton. I think they'll be average this year, and I think Justin Fields will be ready to take off his sophomore year. It's a great move for the Patriots. I could definitely see them giving up their next year's first-round pick. It is moving up a good amount of spots to
There was a girl
Today, Junior?
get your quarterback of the future. I don't think a first-rounder next year is too out of the equation. So I don't know how to do that, because obviously, as you see on your screen, I cannot do trades, but that's what I predict. That's my official prediction for the draft. I'm doing this mock draft based on what I think is going to happen. So
in the first round, we're only doing the first round, might I add. We're not doing second round, because nobody cares about those rounds. Those are just like the rounds, just like meh. Okay.
We are doing the premium first 32 picks, the juiciest content. Exactly. There you go.
The juiciest content of the draft, the only content that everyone actually cares about. No, I agree. I think the Lions actually will trade down.
Yeah. So
just because of the fact that it's like their best possible option.
Yeah, I agree with that. Joey's babysitting or something in the background, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm gonna put something in editing on the screen, like the Patriots trade up, and then I'll put their logo. So I'm gonna make this pick being the Patriots. you know. And I did like a practice of this before where I just said, okay, don't look at the thing, look at the player. So I drafted like a guy like Micah Parsons for the Lions, and then I didn't have him available until 15 where I had to draft him, or where he would have been, but it was weird. It was complicated. So I'm just going to do it in editing, make it work that way. Anyways, the Lions are going to be picking at 15. The Patriots get Justin Fields. So ignore the fact that it's a Lions logo. That's the Patriots. The Patriots got Justin Fields. The Panthers here, they traded for Sam Darnold. I don't know if he's necessarily going to be a great quarterback or anything. Did play for the Jets, so I'm going to hold judgment on him for a little bit. But I do have to say, I think they're going to give him a chance. And this is a prediction of what's going to happen, not what I'd love to see. I think the Panthers, they tried so desperately to get other quarterbacks through draft, through trading. They ended up with Sam Darnold, who was like their fourth choice or something. So, a little consolation prize. And maybe he can thrive now that he's away from Adam Gase. I know a lot of players thrive away from Adam Gase. So
everyone thrives away from Adam Gase.
Yeah, it's just happier life away from Adam Gase. So I got the Panthers taking offensive tackle Rashawn Slater, debatably the best offensive tackle in the class, but I got Penei Sewell over him. So Rashawn Slater is going to be great for the Panthers, and it's a great pick. You're protecting a quarterback that you presume is for the future, or at least, if most people are right, for the next 2-3 years before you draft another one. But Rashawn Slater will be a good pick. Nonetheless.
Right. Yeah, I really think that the Panthers do need a better O-line, just because of the fact their O-line is not like garbage, unlike the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And if there are any Cowboys fans watching, it's the truth, so you can't get mad at me. But yeah, overall, I really think that the Panthers should draft Slater just because of the fact that they need an O-line person that can actually protect the quarterback, like you said.
Yeah.
That's their primary job.
Exactly.
It's just the only problem is that there are some O-line people who just are garbage and it's I'm not gonna protect the quarterback, and they just walk away, and I'm like, what are you doing with your life? It's your one job.
Yeah, I agree with your point about the Cowboys line. It's definitely not what it used to be. So yeah, that comment's justified for the Cowboys fans that are angry right now in the comment section.
The Cowboys. But the Cowboys aren't trash. You know they are. They literally were in the worst division possible this year.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the Broncos at 9, and we got Mac Jones still on the. No, I'm fucking with you. That's not happening. Mac Jones is horrible. He's not going till later. Anyways.
We got Mac Jones now.
Dude, every mock draft, everyone talking about, I see Mac Jones going in the top 6 and shit. I'm like, dude, just stop, please.
No, Mac Jones is not good.
He's not. He's really not. He plays for Alabama. I always have my hesitations when it comes to the big school quarterbacks. I don't watch a lot of college football, but
neither do I.
I know quarterbacks don't excel from places like Ohio State and Alabama at the next level, and that's why I have my hesitations about Justin Fields.
Okay, time out. You said that wrong. You can't just say Ohio State. You got to say the Ohio State.
You're right. The Ohio State.
It's not just Ohio State. It's the Ohio State University.
Thank you.
Don't know why they have to do that. Completely weird, but
yeah,
it's just how it works now. I guess we just have to say the Ohio State.
Yes, thank you. We can't have improper grammar in my video. That's unacceptable. So I appreciate you catching that.
Improper grammar. We cannot. It's illegal. It's heresy of the highest order.
God. Okay, I gotta focus on the next pick, Joey. Come on. Okay, so we got the Broncos at 9, and as much as I'd like for them to take a quarterback, there isn't one available that's worth a top 10 selection, in my opinion. And if I'm wrong about any of my predictions or anything I'm saying, in a few years or in 20 years, when these guys, Mac Jones and Justin Fields, are both first ballot Hall of Famers and Trevor Lawrence is homeless, eating garbage out of a trash can, you can come back and tell me, Jackson, you're a dum-dum and you made a mistake. And it's all good. I can take that. All right. Now, the Broncos, number 9.
I think the Broncos are gonna go with Surtain the second, a corner.
You think they're gonna go corner? Yeah.
I think they're gonna go corner because of the fact that their defense wasn't that great, and their defense still really isn't that great. The only reason that their defense is somewhat decent is because they have Von Miller, But even then, they can't really count on because Von Miller's getting up there in age, so they
Yeah,
can't
he
really
is.
they can't count on Von Miller to just keep carrying their defense.
Plus, Von Miller was actually injured a large part of last year, if I remember correctly. I don't know everything.
Exactly.
But
Yep. He was injured for like most of the season.
yeah. Oh, man, it's.
So
I wouldn't hate that pick. I could definitely see them going corner. And I know JC Horn is drafting up, is creeping up draft boards, not drafting up creep boards. That would be weird. But, nepotism, I know his father's Joe Horn, the receiver for the Saints. Nepotism is only going to get you so far, so Patrick Surtain, who's also the benefit of nepotism, is going to probably go ahead of him. But either way, look, I'll be honest. My number one corner in the class was Caleb Farley before the back surgery he had. Even though it was minor, his injury history concerns me. I push him back to number 3, although I could see Greg Newsome going as the third corner instead of 4th.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, I do like what you said about Patrick Surtain, and because the deals they signed their corners to were only 1 in 3 years, I forget the corner. It was Kyle Fuller from the Bears for sure. I think it's a 1-year deal, and then a 3-year deal for some other corner. And Kyle Fuller's one of the most underrated corners in the league. I love the guy. I could see him going corner for the future, but I think they get Micah Parsons, who is worthy of a top 10 selection. I don't know why people aren't higher on him. He is a starting Mike backer. He's a leader on your defense that will make everyone around him better. And I love this guy so much. I have him going in the top 10. I have to. And for Micah Parsons, he's going to be your starting middle linebacker for probably 10 plus years. I think it's a great pick. I think the Broncos should stay put and draft Micah Parsons.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens though.
Yeah.
Because eventually anything could happen in the draft.
Yeah. One great player falls and everyone's draft boards change forever. That's just the way it is. Everyone's draft board's shaken.
Exactly. But all I'm hoping for is that at least Roger Goodell will hopefully have his M&Ms. So.
Oh yeah, that's the only time we love Roger Goodell, by the way, is when he has his M&Ms. He is the greatest human being of all time when he has those things.
When he does man can literally just go jump off a bridge.
Yes. Anyway, I could see your point about a corner, Patrick Surtain specifically, sorry. But I think they go Micah Parsons. And I think the Cowboys, instead of drafting offensive line, they are going to go with the guy you thought the Broncos would take, Patrick Surtain II. They need help on the secondary.
The Cowboys just need everything, honestly. Like,
I mean,
because like they have Dak Prescott, but Prescott, like, after like that type of an injury, like he's not going to be the same.
You have to have your hesitations on it. You don't know if he'll be the same type of player, at least with escaping the pocket and mobility. Probably less designed QB runs. I don't know. You never know.
So for me though, I personally think I see the Cowboys picking Darisaw, the offensive tackle, just because of the fact like they need an O-line badly. If they don't have an O-line, they're gonna suck.
I agree with you. Got to get protection for your quarterback that just had a huge, gruesome injury. Yeah, I could definitely see that. But I don't know, man. I think that secondary is just in such dire need of help. I think they got to go with like the best available corner, and it's the number one corner compared to the 2 best offensive tackles are already off the board, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, like, if you were drafting there and you could have the 3rd best offensive tackle or the 1st best corner, what would you do?
Honestly, it just depends on what my team needed.
Okay,
so, like,
that's fair,
basically, like, if I were the coach for, like, let's say, like, this isn't biased, by the way, you're going to think it is, but, like, let's say if I was the coach for Pittsburgh,
okay, yeah,
I would go for the corner just because of the fact that, like, Pittsburgh's defense, like, once one person gets hurt, then the entire thing just flops pretty much. It makes no sense. But like it just the entire team just sucks once one person gets hurt.
Okay.
But I think that like, and plus with Joe Hayden getting up there in age, like it's gonna be kind of hard to have like a versatile corner that will like make like the plays that you really need him to make. That's true. So, but if I were the Cowboys, then I would honestly go for the offensive tackle just because of the fact, like, you need to protect Prescott. If you want him to make him last, you have to protect him. Otherwise, if he has another injury like that, he's not gonna, you guys aren't gonna make it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dak Prescott kind of carries the team. I do think he's overpaid. I don't think he's worth like top 3 money or anything, but he's good and he can definitely carry the team, but just not carry them far. Like he can't carry them like, divisional, Super Bowl, stuff like that. He's not going to make it to the conference championship on his own.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So
but they do have your favorite, the red rifle.
Oh my God! Now the Bears have him.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Bears have him now. That's right.
That's my favorite.
They have the
team.
red rifle. The red rifle.
Red rifle. Absolutely.
All right, and how good do you think Dalton's gonna do for the Bears, though?
Oh, he's gonna be horrible, and I hope he is. Like since they added the extra game, my original prediction for the Bears was 5-11. But now that they have an extra game, I have it being 6-11. I think they win the extra game. I need the Bears to clean house. I want to start the franchise over from the ownership, like from up top. I know that probably won't happen, but I need a clean slate. So I'm going to be cheering for some other teams this year, like the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Dolphins. I forget the other teams. Oh, the Titans I'm cheering for sure. I always cheer for them. They're my dark horse.
Let's just say that Jackson's never going to cheer for the Steelers. Just because of the fact he hates the Steelers.
Just names all 31 teams except the Steelers. I'm cheering for them and them.
I'm cheering for. No, I think the Steelers, like, I don't think they're gonna have a winning record how they did like last season.
Yeah.
Like I think they'll probably go like with the extra game. I'll probably say they might go like there's 17 games, right?
Yeah, 17 total games now. Yes.
I say that they're probably gonna go like 7-10, honestly.
7-10. Wow, you think the first time under Mike Tomlin losing record? It could happen.
Just because of the fact that like Pittsburgh really isn't the same like it used to be.
I agree. The quarterback plays. It's going to be dependent on Big Ben, who we call obviously Big Rape, but for reasons apparent. But like I won't say more.
It's called like that's why Big Ben like isn't a horrible quarterback. It's just like he's just getting old and we have no quarterback to carry him.
Yeah,
that's why because Mason Rudolph, he's not a horrible quarterback. He's pretty bad, but he's not like trash.
Yeah, he's a serviceable backup. We can call him that.
Exactly. And then Duck Hodges, we don't have to we don't mention Duck Hodges.
Yeah, he's a practice squad guy. Keeps the team morale up. Make sure everyone's hydrated.
Born and raised on a bench.
Yeah.
Man should have just stayed in the ocean where he belongs. Or not the ocean, the lake.
I was gonna say, do they go in the ocean?
There could be ducks in the ocean. There could be ocean ducks. Who knows? We don't know.
The fucking Giants. I'm looking at the draft board available here, the players available. And I could definitely see them going with a guy like J.C. Horn. I know they signed Kenny Golladay, so he's going to be the receiver on the outside. They signed John Ross to a 1-year deal, but, it's a 1-year deal. He has injury issues. Devontae Smith is my number 2 receiver in the class, but I think that they are going to go with Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith are tied for me as Joey is lagging out of Discord, and Discord has just completely shut down. Let me just finish this pick, and then I'll edit out this bullshit where, the internet wants to be a bitch. Anyways, so yeah, pretty obvious pick, but the Giants are going to go with Jalen Waddle. Boom. All right, I'll be right back. We're all caught up, right? More permanent solution at the slot. 1-year deal with John Ross, injury history. Okay, we're on the Eagles. I think everything's good.
The Eagles.
Okay. Okay, now we have this draft board. Gotta make sure I'm recording. There we go.
And you also gotta, make sure that I can see your screen.
Oh, god damn it. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Folks, we're back. We got the Eagles.
We're back in action and ready to record.
Record. The Eagles with this available lot for selection. Okay. I think you eventually have to give a quarterback a chance. I think the Eagles here, I want to go through these ones pretty quick. They're going to get Devontae Smith, get some weapons for Jalen Hurts. And, they have 2 first-round picks next year, so they can use those to get their quarterback of the future because it's not going to be Jalen Hurts, but they don't know that, so they're going to draft a receiver for their next quarterback. But, everyone's going to think it's for Jalen Hurts.
I see the Eagles picking Horn, honestly.
Oh, you think they go defense corner?
Just because of the fact that, they're the Eagles. Well, I don't have to say anything else.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad selection, but I don't think it's their biggest
It really
need.
wouldn't. Yeah, honestly, the Eagles, they put too much faith in Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz isn't good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think Carson Wentz is
And
horrible.
there goes all the people in the comments well, Carson Wentz is a winning quarterback. He's really not. Nick Foles is the one that won that game for them.
Yeah,
And Nick Foles isn't even that good.
Carson Wentz has a Super Bowl ring, but he's never won a playoff game starting or backing up. He's been injured.
So I see them going corner just because of the fact I feel like they need defense a little bit more than offense.
Okay, I definitely can see that.
Because when Carson Wentz is hurt, he's not horrible,
Yeah.
but he's not amazing how most people think he is.
No, yeah, I agree with that. So, you're the Chargers. You have a rookie quarterback who's on a rookie contract. You want to surround him with a plethora of talent. This is an obvious, easy pick. Christian Darrisaw, he's going to go at 13 there. And it's a great pick for the Chargers. They're going to strengthen really one of their only weaknesses. They're a pretty well-balanced team at this point, and their rookie quarterback just broke a bunch of rookie records. So, let's see if he can continue that on to his sophomore campaign.
Right. I see them picking Jenkins just because of the fact they do really need an offensive line. The Chargers don't really have the best O line.
Yeah.
And plus you could always just improve. The Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings. Oh gosh. Okay, so I actually have a trade happening here as well. I think Mac Jones' inevitable fall ends at 14 because one of these lucky teams will trade up for a draft bust. And as funny as it would be to do it to the Bears, I'm not going to do that. I am going to save my soul, not give up our entire future for a mediocre quarterback in Mac Jones, and I'm going to say the Washington... Huh?
I'm not going to do the same thing for the Steelers because, I'm not shooting the Steelers in the foot by basically selling their soul to the devil.
Yeah, and the Washington, name redacted, I'm not calling them football team. It's not a fucking name. Washington, name redacted, will move up to 14, and they will draft quarterback of Alabama, Mac Jones, who will be a draft bust for them. He will be the white version of Dwayne Haskins. And that's it. Oh, and also, yeah.
Agreed.
The receivers that the Eagles and Giants draft, because I think they're both going to get receivers, they're going to have to battle to see which one is the white. Nope, that's not it. Neither one of these players is white.
One is going to be the white receiver.
Right, with an R. Which one is going to be the correct choice? My money's on the Giants, so sorry, Eagles fans. The pain's not going to lessen. I get it. I'm a Bears fan. I empathize with you, and we can have a pity party together. Just invite me.
We can have a pity party together.
So
invite me too, because
Steelers fans need to be. Yes, they need to be attending. So the Lions, they traded with the Patriots. The Patriots are at 7. They picked Justin Fields. The Lions are at 15. So don't ignore the Patriots here. It's the Lions pick. I'll put something in the video so it's easier for people watching because I have to remember all this shit.
Right.
Okay, the Lions. They just drafted what's the guy's name? Okuda. What's his first name? Do you know? The corner.
No, I know his last name.
Okay, well they drafted a corner in the top 3 before last year, so I don't think they go again. Oh, fuck. I mean, if
they're not going to go corner again.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. They won't. I'm looking
because, like I said, the Lions aren't very smart either.
I know they're not. The Lions are the biggest question mark for me. I have no idea what they're going to do.
That's just because the Lions are just always they're questionable every year. Sometimes they make weird plays where it's just oh, okay, that's a pretty good draft pick. And then most of the times you're okay, are you high on something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what their real big needs are. I mean, they need a receiver, but the top 3 are gone. So this would be too rich for the next guy.
They definitely need a receiver.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd get it at 15. Ugh.
Yeah.
They could get
Only person
Tavin
getting the receiver
Jenkins.
early is the Steelers because the Steelers know how to pick receivers.
Maybe Zaven Collins.
They could go with Phillips and get an edge, but
Yeah, they
like,
could, but he's not my number one edge in the class. I think.
yeah, that's why. Like, it's just hard. The Lions are just really hard.
Look, I'll say
figure out.
this though. I'll give Lions fans some hope. I honestly believe this. Just a few years ago, the Miami Dolphins did something very similar. They traded back. They got a bunch. They traded a bunch of stuff away that people were like, "What? Why would they get rid of that guy? He's great. He's amazing." They got first round draft capital up the ass. They got a bunch of it. The Lions did the same thing. They got a new head coach, Brian Flores. The Lions, they have Dan Campbell. I'm not saying he's going to be great as a head coach, but he could be. And you guys could be in for a very, very fun franchise run.
He could be Lions actually need to make the Lions a somewhat like decent team.
Yeah.
Especially like because it was before, like with the addition of Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So it's like the Lions are going to be like garbage, but like they're not going to be like a winning team this year.
The leadership is military inspired for Dan Campbell. He's a physical guy. I think I think he might go Zaven Collins, even though I don't really have him as this high. I could easily see Zaven Collins dropping to the second, but I think they're gonna go Zaven Collins.
I think that too. Honestly, I really think that they're gonna go that too.
Okay, so the Cardinals.
Ooh, Arizona.
They're definitely going defense. The two linebackers are taken. They're definitely going corner. J.C. Horn's available. This is a snag. He's not dropping further than 16. Easy pick. Easy pick.
He's not dropping further than 16. I'm gonna say that. What do the Cardinals really need though? That's the question though.
Well,
it's like
their two real needs are corner and
obviously.
linebacker.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, do you think Owusu Koromoa would be worth taking?
Yeah, I honestly think that that's who they're gonna go for.
Okay.
Just because of the fact that like the Cardinals, like they don't really have like a strong defense. Like their defense is meh. It's not like good, but it's not like fantastic. It kind of sucks.
It definitely needs to be improved. Yeah.
Tell me how I'm getting comboed by level 24 right now.
No idea. The reason I don't think they're gonna take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah though, he's so similar to Isaiah Simmons. He's a linebacker that will play box safety as well. Yeah. I mean,
right.
I honestly think he's a perfect pick for the Raiders, to be honest. I know they need offensive tackle, but I think this is going to fill up two holes on defense they desperately need. I think he's a leader. I think it's a great pick. I really like that for the Raiders.
Yeah, and the Raiders are the Raiders. Like, there's not much to say about that.
I know they always, like, they don't listen to the scouts, and they're like, oh, we're going to grade it our own way, and they draft some guy who should have gone in the third round with a number 4 overall pick or whatever. But, like, I think they'll make the right choice here. I think that is the right choice in this particular draft scenario. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah at 17.
You could be right.
This pick for me with the Dolphins is easy. My number 1 edge in the class is Kwity Paye. I think they're going to go Kwity Paye. I think he's a perfect scheme fit, and I think Brian Flores will be squealing like an excited little girl when he gets this guy because Kwity Paye is really damn good. I hate the fact that people are so low on him. He's my number 1 edge in the class. He just is.
Right. I agree. I really think that that's what the Dolphins are going to do too, honestly.
Yeah, if you polish his game a little bit, he'd be a great edge player at the NFL level.
He would. He really would.
Okay. So, there was a trade here. See? I almost forgot. Okay. The Vikings traded to 19. Washington Name Redacted traded up for a quarterback. So the Vikings are going to draft the player they would have taken at 14 anyways. They're going to get Elijah Vera Tucker, probably the best guard in the class. Reminds me of Quentin Nelson, just like not as hyped up. So great pick for them. I could see the Vikings going edge as well, but I think they're going to go Elijah Vera Tucker, and I think that's the right pick.
Right.
Okay. So here's my team, the Chicago Bears. Make sure I don't get too biased here, Joey.
Yeah, I can't make any promises. I might do the same for Steelers. So.
All right. I'm pretty confident they're not getting a quarterback. Kellen Mond or Kyle Trask is too early at 20, so that's not happening. Thank God. I hope. Well, don't thank God or science or whatever the fuck you believe in just yet, because Ryan Pace might just do it. Anyways, we're going to look at offensive tackle. This is where I think they have to go, offensive lineman. I'm really high on Liam Eichenberg here. I think this guy is just a really great tackle. Tevin Jenkins here. I think the Bears would take Tevin Jenkins, and this is a prediction, not what I would do. So I'm not too high on Alex Leatherwood. I don't know. I don't think he's that good. But Tevin Jenkins, I'm gonna go with him for the Bears.
Yeah. See, I have no say in the Bears just because I know nothing about the Bears. So whatever you say, you do it.
All right. Well,
just know that hopefully the Bears won't be the Steelers. The Bears won't be the Steelers.
I hope not. I want them to lose. Anyways, the Colts. Oh, okay. So let's go through their top 3 needs, starting with their least of the top 3. So wide receiver, T.Y. Hilton is going to need to be replaced next year. But
yeah, he's up there in age.
Yes, but I don't think they do that this draft, not with the first round. Then you have cornerback. You got Caleb Farley there, who I know is dropped because of injury concerns. So I definitely see him dropping into the 20 area. This would be a great place for him to go. Who's the other corner? Greg Newsome. People are really high on him. I'm not. I still like Caleb Farley better despite injury concerns. And the one story I read about the Colts was them meeting with Greg Newsome. So I will keep that in mind. But that was a while ago.
Right.
Or they could go offensive tackle and protect Carson Wentz even more so. Or whatever cute nickname you want to come up for him with, because he's not that good.
Honestly,
so.
I see the Colts trading.
Okay.
I see them trading kind of down because maybe they don't know what they want to do yet. Maybe so. I see them trading down to pick 26 with the Browns.
Oh, wow. Who do you think the Browns would come up to select?
I think I know you. Honestly, I see the Browns because that's kind of tough because the Browns they don't really need a lot.
Yeah.
But there are every team has that one part they're kind of weak.
Yeah.
So I see them picking Farley, honestly.
That would be a really interesting thing if it happened. I would love to see that, honestly.
That would be great if that happened.
Yeah, that would be a smart move by the Browns. I would say smart trade. Okay, no matter what they gave up, honestly. I loved Farley. He was my number 1 corner before the injury stuff. That'd be a good steal at 21.
Yup.
Do I want to go... okay, I'm going to have the Colts take Greg Newsome instead of an offensive tackle. They go Greg Newsome. They interviewed with them earlier. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe I read a weird story. I think they do that. And the Titans, my dark horse. I always cheer for them.
The Titans.
Wanted them to make the Super Bowl. I think it was the year the Chiefs won. I wanted them to make it so bad. But
they had the chance to, but they choked.
Yeah, I mean, it was just sad to watch. I was like, come on, man.
It was just sad to watch.
They could replace Corey Davis, who they lost to the Jets. Getting a Rashad Bateman type, maybe Elijah Moore, or Kadarius Toney, I think is his name. That's the other receiver. Yeah, but I don't think they do that. I don't know why. I feel in my heart they're gonna go corner. I think Caleb Farley's fall stops at 22. I don't think he makes it past 23. I don't think he'll be available for the Jets, because if he was, I think the Jets would take him in a heartbeat. I'm gonna have the Titans pick him. Mix it up. The Jets are going to have to think on their toes. They need corner desperately. They need edge. I think if the top 4 corners are gone, the Jets would say, okay, we don't want Eric Stokes right now, even though I'm a speed slut, so obviously I'm high on Eric Stokes, but they might not be, so that's fair. I don't know what type of defense Robert Saleh ran when he was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, because I'm not really good when it comes to defensive schemes or offensive schemes, knowing what people run. I don't know what teams are 3-4, 4-3, etc. But I would say they go with my number 2 edge in the class, who for reason, I am forgetting. And there he is at 53. Jesus Christ. Did he get arrested or something? Like, but anyways.
That's research I have to do.
Yeah. He's my number 2 edge in the class. Whatever happens, whatever concerns people have about him, I'm going to keep him as my number 2, even though maybe I'll be way off and he goes in the 3rd round. Who knows? I'm going to say the Jets take him. 2nd best edge in the class. So, okay.
I think the Jets are going to get Russo too.
I will say this for the Steelers. I'm going to let you have a lot of input here. I know you said you wanted corner earlier, but I think if they draft defense, that'd be just so stupid. I don't think that's what they need to improve.
I think they're gonna go Najee Harris.
Okay, that's one of the 2 people I have them going. I either have them going my number 1 running back in the class, Najee Harris. I know he's your number 1 as well. And offensive tackle. I am not that high on Alex Leatherwood. I'm just not.
Right.
But it's not Samuel Cosme. It is Liam Eichenberg. This guy, he's a gap power heavy rushing offense, running off tackle. I think he's a perfect scheme fit for the Steelers, Liam Eichenberg. So it's either Liam Eichenberg or Najee Harris. I'm going to let you make the pick, Joey.
I think they're going to go Najee Harris just because of the fact that Pittsburgh really desperately needs the run game. Yeah. Just because James Conner, didn't do much of anything. Like after he got hurt, he literally didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, our me and Jackson's boy, Benny Snell,
Hashtag start Benny Snell during the fantasy season. That was it.
He can't, really, he's okay, but he's not, great.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great week 1, but then
yeah, exactly.
else.
And then he just flopped.
Yeah.
So I think the Steelers are going to go Najee Harris.
All right, so Joey's official prediction, Najee Harris. My official prediction is going to be Liam Eichenberg, but I'm going to say, Joey, if they draft Najee Harris, I will give you $20. You don't have to give me any money if they draft anyone else, but if they go Najee Harris, I'll give you $20.
Okay, well, so next time we meet up in person?
Yes, $20 bill.
Okay. All right, deal. It's a deal.
All right. I just wanted to make that known because I'm going to pick the guy I think, but I want there to be a little side bet, a little action there, because Joey's a Steelers fan. I got to put it there for him.
I got to put it there, yep.
I mean, if he's got his football knowledge, he got himself $20. Simple.
Exactly. If not, then, I know nothing about football.
Okay, so the Jaguars. Oh, man. They drafted Trevor
Jags
Lawrence.
Their 2nd pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could see them going with an offensive tackle and helping Trevor Lawrence, definitely. And I think that might be the right move. But looking at Alex Leatherwood, I don't think he's really a scheme fit for what they like to do. And then Samuel Cosme, I think he'd be more of a scheme fit, but it's tough.
Yeah, I think the Jags are going to go Leatherwood, honestly.
You think they go Leatherwood?
Yeah.
They need help desperately in the secondary. I could definitely see him getting the best safety in the class, Trayvon Moehrig. I know people like Javon Holland, but for me, it's Trayvon Moehrig. He's the only safety worthy of a 1st-round pick. This is tough for me, but I think there's 2 correct selections. Offensive tackle, Samuel Cosme for me, Alex Leatherwood for Joey. That's just where we would go if we were the GMs or whatever. Or Trayvon Moehrig at safety. I think they are going to go with safety. You know what? No. I think they go Samuel Cosme. That might... I don't feel good about it, but keep in mind, I thought Trayvon Moehrig originally.
Yeah, that's why. These are this is where the draft's just getting tough right here.
Yeah, you never really know. Okay, the Cleveland Browns. Don't worry, Joey. I'll say it for you. They have a history of picking questionable people with on-the-field issues, off-the-field issues, injury issues, any type of issues. Yes, they've drafted 2 quarterbacks that have arrest histories and drug problems, and both of them were white. Face that, racist stereotypes. Anyways, besides the race talk in the video, which makes everyone uncomfortable, I think they're going to be the team that takes a chance on Jalen Phillips, who basically was not allowed to play college football at the collegiate level anymore because he had too many concussions. I don't personally think he has the longevity to last as an NFL starter, but maybe a rotational guy. And who knows? Like I said, rub it in my face if I get this wrong. I think that it won't be a great pick, but this could end up being the steal of the draft just as easily as it could end up being another forgotten pick for the Cleveland Browns. Jalen Phillips is the selection at 26. So Ravens, I've thought about this a lot, and honestly, I could easily see him going a receiver like Rashad Bateman on the outside, but it's not the number one need for me. By the way, I didn't notice the fucking Ravens.
What did the Ravens actually need, though? That's the question.
Oh, edge desperately. But
yeah.
I didn't realize they traded. They have the 31st pick in the draft as well. When did the Chiefs trade? Like, I saw that doing my practice run just an hour or two ago. What the fuck?
Yeah,
when did that happen?
I don't
That
know.
surprised the shit out of me.
It must have happened today.
I know. I didn't even hear about that. Okay. Either way, we'll get to that later. 27. I think they do go edge, and I'm trying to find my next best edge. 3 are off the board. They had my number 2 at 50, so let me just double check here in case I'm forgetting. I do believe it's not Joseph Osai, although I was high on him. It's gonna be Azeez Ojulari. I think it's a good selection for them. I think he'll be good. I think this would be a nice pick for them. So I think it's good. 2 edges back to back. Nice little run there. 3 in the last.
I agree with that pick. I think they go with him too.
Yeah, an edge player is definitely what they need. I mean, because they lost. Was it Matthew Judon or was it someone? I don't remember. They lost an edge player.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, the Saints. For me personally, dude, I have no fucking clue. They could go anywhere, and I would not be surprised.
Because it's the Saints, and the Saints literally sometimes they know what they're doing, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
They recently did lose Drew Brees, which is like one of their best players.
Yeah, and they were in cap hell. They were 100 million or whatever under the cap. They were like a negative 100 million or whatever over it. Okay, I'll break this down nice and simple, and then I want you to pick between these two guys. For me, I think I agree with their top 2 things that this website says are their top needs, corner and receiver. I think it's either Eric Stokes or Rashad Bateman. So
Right.
And I think whichever one they pick, the Packers are going to pick the other one. So if they get the corner, the Packers get the receiver. If they get the receiver, the Packers get the corner. So which do you think the Saints go?
I think the Saints are going to go Bateman.
The receiver?
I think they're going to go the receiver just because of the fact that, like, the Saints, they already have, like, a solid, like, because, like, they have, like, the running back, so they have, like, Alvin Kamara, so they don't really need run game.
Yeah, they definitely don't need a running.
But, like, the receivers just aren't that great.
Yeah, and then the whole Michael Thomas thing where everyone hated him and he had injuries and it was weird. Like, I could see that.
Yeah, exactly.
I did go Eric Stokes earlier, but I'm gonna agree with you and go Rashad Bateman. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Now the Packers, they're gonna get a corner, in my opinion, for sure.
Yeah, Packers are getting a corner for sure.
I like Eric Stokes. I know Kelvin Joseph, and is it Aaron Robinson? No, he's a slot. I don't think the Packers need a slot. They need a guy outside of Jair Alexander. I'm a Bears fan. I fucking hate the Packers. This is sickening me. Just talking to you guys about how to make them better. Anyways, Asante Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel Jr. would probably be a great pick for them, but I think he'll go in the second, and I think he'll be kind of like the Bears picking. God, I'm a Bears fan. I don't even know who picked in the second. The corner besides Kyle Fuller. The one that played, the opposite side of him. I don't remember his fucking name. Okay. Anyways, I think he'll be that type of selection, a steal. So I don't think he'll go here. I'm gonna have the Packers taking Eric Stokes. I'm a speed slut, speed demon. Eric Stokes ran an incredible 40 time. I like the pick. So we got the Bills now. And we're almost done with this. I know, long mock drafts are long. And this is the official mock draft, so I made sure to be very thorough and include as much as I possibly could remember and think of. The Bills, Oh man, I would love to pick a corner. I just don't think there's any more worth the first round. Although Asante Samuel Jr. could very easily slip in if he's up there in someone's draft board. Okay, I think they will go edge, and the last remaining edge that's probably worth a first round selection is Joe Tryon. I think the Bills run a 3-4, and I think that's exactly what they need. An outside linebacker edge guy to play the way that Joe Tryon does. Again, I'm not, too knowledgeable with what they run defensively or what Joe Tryon did at the collegiate level, but that is what I think would be a good scheme fit. If I'm totally wrong, I'm sure someone can, tell me to shut the fuck up. Joe Tryon to the Bills. The Ravens are back on the fucking board. God only knows what fucking reason, or science only knows what fucking reason. But I think this is where Alex Leatherwood would go. I think he's actually a good scheme fit for the Ravens and what they like to do. Quarterback runs, I think he'd be really good at blocking for those and really make a good push. So Alex Leatherwood's the pick for the Ravens. And then Joey mutes himself for the 7 millionth time. The Buccaneers.
Not my fault. Internet's garbage.
Oh, it's your internet right now?
Yeah, it's not going down. It's just that it stinks. So
yeah, no, I know. Yeah, Joey's internet's horrible. Lives inside of a mountain. It's weird. Anyways, the final pick of the first round, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just got off of winning a Super Bowl. They're hot off the cusp.
Which they really shouldn't have won that Super Bowl, but what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, we saw what Patrick Mahomes would be like if he played for literally any other NFL team, except for maybe the Bucs. So that was fun, but besides that, pretty boring Super Bowl. I'm trying to think about what they would do and the reason behind it. I honestly think they could go with a guy like Jason Away here, who's more of a developmental guy, who'd be good within a few years. But they did just franchise tag Chris Godwin. My mouth is falling apart right at the end of the video for some fucking reason. So maybe they go receiver, but I don't really think they need to. Not this year. I think they're gonna go with the developmental edge, because I think edge is more important than receiver for the future, especially.
Yeah. So because of the fact their offense is solid already, just because the fact they have Tom Brady just explains everything in itself.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure they'll draft a quarterback in the second to develop behind him and maybe see if Tom can teach him some things at the NFL level. But
even though I just still think that Tom Brady should still just retire. But
yeah, he should retire before. I mean, what more does he have to do? Just don't die. Stop it, man. You're good. Exactly. You won. All right.
You won. You did it.
Yeah. Yay! Now leave so someone else can win. Jason Away. That's the final pick of the draft. I'm going to go through these just really quick here at the end. So the first 10... Hold on. There we go. The first 10 selections. All right, Joey, you remember these?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
So the Jaguars go Trevor Lawrence. Jeez, man, I was just trying to recap my draft video. The New York Jets go Zach Wilson, quarterback. The Niners go Trey Lance, quarterback. The Falcons, Kyle Pitts, tight end. The Bengals, Penei Sewell, offensive tackle. The Dolphins, Jamar Chase, wide receiver. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. The Patriots, Justin Fields. The Panthers, quarterback, Justin Fields, quarterback. The Panthers, Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle. The Broncos, Micah Parsons, linebacker. The Cowboys, Patrick Surtain, the second cornerback. Now let's go to the next 10. Oh my God. Okay, whatever. The New York Giants, Jalen Waddle, receiver, going to be a slot guy for them. I think that'll be a really great pick for them. I think Jalen Waddle can develop into a great receiver. I just don't think he's going to start out a great receiver. That's why I was kind of tough on him earlier in the video. Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. Devontae Smith, wide receiver. Los Angeles Chargers, Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle. Minnesota Vikings. Incorrect, Jackson. The Washington, name redacted. Mac Jones, quarterback. Draft bust. 15
Right.
is the Detroit Lions. Zaven Collins, linebacker. Bit of a reach, but we'll see. Could be a leader for them. Could be a great player. Arizona Cardinals. J.C. Horn. Might not be available there, and I could definitely see that being a possibility. But I think if he is, they definitely go with him. The Raiders. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker. The Miami Dolphins. Kwity Paye, edge. The Minnesota Vikings, Elijah Vera Tucker, interior offensive lineman, most likely a left guard, but offensive guard. Chicago Bears, Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle. And there we go. Indianapolis Colts, Greg Newsome, the second cornerback. Tennessee Titans, Caleb Farley, cornerback from Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, not Virginia. Virginia. I think that'll be a steal, but we'll see. Only time will tell, as Asia would sing about. New York Jets, Gregory Rousseau. Pittsburgh Steelers, Joey has him going Najee Harris, running back. I said Liam Eichenberg, offensive tackle. It's $20 if he's right. 25.
Najee Harris.
Yep. Jacksonville Jaguars, Samuel Cosmi, offensive tackle. Could very well be Trayvon Morg, the safety, who I have falling into the second round. But, you know, I kind of regret doing that. But, you know, it's just the way the draft. I felt it in my heart. It's official mock draft time. Right. Why not take a chance?
Exactly.
Cleveland,
go big or go home.
Yeah, and that's exactly the Cleveland Browns motto, drafting Jalen Phillips, who's an edge. Baltimore Ravens, Azeez Ojulari, edge. New Orleans Saints, Rashad Bateman, receiver. Green Bay Packers, Eric Stokes. Buffalo Bills, Joe Tryon. Baltimore Ravens, Alex Leatherwood. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jason Owe. That's the official mock draft. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. 2021, as Joey was about to say before I interrupted him. Joey, what do you think of the mock draft?
I think it's going to be pretty solid. Like, this is going to be one heck of an interesting draft and also one heck of an interesting season, especially the fact that they're adding another game.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens.
I mean, I'm cheering for my team to lose, but I got plenty of other teams to cheer for, plus fantasy football to play, so it should be a fun season.
I'm cheering for my team to do somewhat decent. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know how the Steelers are going to go.
It could go either way, man, but I'm really excited about the upcoming season, and I think the draft's going to be really exciting. I think we got a lot of these picks right. I'm feeling good about this mock draft, which I won't be feeling good about it literally tomorrow, because that's basically when the mock draft is by the time I upload this video. So, or the official draft, not the mock draft. What the fuck? So,
wait, the official draft is tomorrow?
No, it's on Thursday, but I'm going to upload on Wednesday.
I thought it was Thursday. Okay. I thought it was Thursday.
Yeah.
And then, we're still good for our little draft party.
Oh, yeah. We do a, collaborative getting together, watching the NFL draft annually every single year until the day we die.
Exactly, which, started last year.
So the tradition is fairly new, but you get the point.
And then are we actually switch it up this year and actually do like all of the rounds, so like 2nd through 7th?
Yeah, I think we could. I mean, it's coronavirus season, so why not see if he's got his M&Ms again, Roger Goodell.
Exactly. I heard this draft's actually going to be live this year, like again.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. Yup.
Oh, that should be exciting then. All right.
So we'll see what happens.
Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I forget the rest of the outro, but Joey, send us off.
Have a great day and subscribe to both our channels and make sure to stay tuned for an epic Minecraft roller coaster.
You little bitch, you just had to go and plug yourself in there shamelessly, you motherfucker.